Today on Junk Wax Genius, we're going to start a series where I take a look at year-over-year changes in baseball cards. This came up, the idea came from your suggestions. A few episodes ago, I compared 1991 Donruss to 1992 and raved about the increase in quality from one year to the next. I just love 92 Donruss. I hate 91 Donruss, and a lot of you in the comments had some other year-over-year improvements. So let's take a deep dive over the coming days into some of those better one year than the last baseball cards from the Junk Wax era. Not quite great, just not trash. Today, we start with 1991 Topps and 1992 Topps. Again, just the baseline products. We're not talking Stadium Club. We're just talking flagship. 91, you get 15 picture cards, one stick of gum, which is an issue, and wax paper, another issue. Here in 92, they cut that gum out. You still get 15 cards. You have a chance at a gold card, which again in 93 took on another level, but no gum and no wax paper. Instead, packaged in this kind of tamper-proof cellophane, I guess tamper-resistant. If you're really skilled, I guess you could still open it and melt it back. But a lot harder to do that without being discovered than it was in 1991. Let's begin. 91 is a little bit of a quality advantage, I guess, because they also packaged in some of these vintage cards to celebrate their 40th anniversary. But you're not guaranteed to get one. That was a chase card kind of thing. All right, you open the pack, there's wax paper, there's the gum. There's one card. Oh no, it might be two. Lloyd Moseby clearly stained, but yeah, kind of bled through. There's some blistering on the card, and we had to peel Scott Coolbaugh off. All right, well, we'll keep looking. We'll see what else we've got in here. Some instant win game, long over. And in the pack, hey, Frank Thomas. All right, we're not necessarily talking about the quality of the cards we get out of the pack, like the hits, so to speak, trying really to focus on the quality of the cards as a set overall. But still, Frank Thomas, nice pull. Dave Schmidt, Steve Lyons, Mike Moore, Bill Bath, Jerry Don Gleaton, channel favorite, Jerry Don. There's Walt Terrell, Mike Harkey, Jeff Torborg, Mike Lacoste. He's the one in the middle. That's a catcher, and presumably that's a pitching coach. That's Mike Lacoste. Hector Villanueva, our one landscape card of the set, Marty Barrett and some guy's can. And Alvin Davis. So not a ton of the great photography that did start to seep into Topps in this 91 set. Roger Clemens comes to mind, Benito Santiago, a couple others have really nice photos in this set. We did get one landscape card, Marty Barrett. They did the landscape layout correctly. I appreciate that. Instead of just tilting the photo, but leaving the frame the same. All right, we got our Frank Thomas as well already set aside. Lots of action photos, just a couple that aren't like actual in-game. And I don't know how you can get an in-game photo of a manager unless he's like signaling for the lefty or whatever. But Walt Terrell, Jerry Don, Steve Lyons, a couple of guys just posing for the camera. There is the interest of bold backs that come out of this set. There's an example. Our boy Jerry Don is a bold back. Same with Walt Terrell. That's where the Mike Lacoste as well, where this 40th anniversary logo is bolder. I know it's a very descriptive name than the non-bold. Some of these also glow under black light. Probably should have acquired the black light for this series, but maybe that'll be a whole separate thing. So that's a fun thing, but is it really high quality to have such a conspicuous difference in production value? I don't know. All right, let's continue on to 92 Topps. This is the after, before, after. Again, no gum, no wax. Price tag though. Tamper-proof cellophane wrapper. And the first thing that comes to mind as an improvement in these cards is the card stock itself. No longer is the card printed in kind of this gray. Always looked like it was recycled cardboard, cardstock. Now bright white on each and every card. I like that. There was a scratch-off win game that was easily manipulated to the point that Topps changed the prize to say winner instead of just giving you a gold card. And now we get into the photos themselves. Nice, crisp quality. Darren Daulton, Sean Estes, John Wehner, Willie McGee. Well, there's an action shot of a manager. That'll teach me. Tommy Lasorda, Tom Candiotti, Brett Barbary, Ruben Amaro, Cecil Fielder, Brian McRae, Tony Fernandez. Little offset on the printing there. Not perfectly crisp. Gino Petrali, Bill Kruger, Dean Palmer, and Willie Randolph. No real variations on the backs. Some of them use the landscape layout to include architecture. For example, Darren Daulton includes a panoramic shot of Veterans Stadium, Three Rivers from the outside for John Wehner. Not every card. There's Dodger Stadium from the inside on the back of Tommy Lasorda with his record. That's a nice touch. But I thought that this was a huge jump in quality. Again, none of the kind of moody photos that are included here. Brian McRae might be the closest. But look at George Brett. Look at Cal Ripken Jr. Two that come to mind for great photos in this set. Big jump. Is it as big as the jump in quality from 91 Donruss to 92? I'm not going to say yes. Still, which would you rather have, the 91 or the 92 Topps? It's Junk Wax Genius, the channel on YouTube where we open old baseball cards and talk about it all these years later. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're going to do this series for a few more days before I run out of material and then on to the next. Leave requests, leave ideas, anything like that in the comments. And here for you. I'll do it if I've got it. Thanks for watching.